With only a few days left of winter, it was 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. when I decided to make St. Patrick's Day Rice Krispie treats. I got too lazy finding a green shirt in my closet, so I decided to wear my Grinch hat. Now, first things first, you want to grab a nice sized pot. I grabbed the red one because it's not too large nor too small. Size depends how big the Rice Krispie treats you're making. Next up, you want to take your pot to one of the stove burners. Turn your stove on. I had to use a lighter because the stove wants to act real funny, broken. You're gonna need a good cake pan. I prefer using pans like this. It's a 9x13 cake pan. Next up, you want to use your cooking spray. You could also use butter spread to smear the butter onto your pan. Next up, you want to take your wax paper. Make sure you rip a nice piece of it. Then you want to take your piece and place it into the cake pan. It's okay if your hands get oily or buttery. You could always wipe your hands, wash your hands. They're sticking together. Now you want to use a 1/4 pound of butter for your heated pot. Once the butter fully melts, you want to add marshmallows. I used Dandy's vegan marshmallows because I identify myself as a vegetarian and I wanted to avoid the ones that are made out of gelatin. You want to take your silicone spatula and get to stirring. Be careful not to overcook the marshmallows mixed with the butter. If you don't want to burn yourself, make sure you wear oven mitts. Move the pot away from that heat. Then add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then after that, we're going to use a teaspoon of the food coloring dye. We're going to use the green one since it's obviously St. Paddy's Day. Then give your marshmallow mixture a good stir. Move the pot back to the heat, then add the Rice Krispie cereal. This is the 5th and final ingredient. I chose not to use the entire box of cereal. I still made a bit of a mess, however, which is why you want to carefully and slowly mix everything together in that pot. Once you've done that for a couple of minutes, you want to turn off your stove, then dump the Rice Krispie treats into the cake pan. Be gentle though. Now you want to use your silicone spatula to spread the Rice Krispie treats. Now you're going to grab a sheet pan and use it to flatten the Rice Krispie treats as much as you can. Find something that's going to help flatten out your Rice Krispie treats. Once you've let the Rice Krispie treats cool down for several minutes, you want to get to cutting. I used the cutting board to prevent the wax paper from touching the table and the table getting all oily. I'm comfortable using a knife that's not long but thick for the Rice Krispie treats. I split mine into 15 pieces. Look at them. Look at these puppies. They're literal leprechauns. I lost track of how many times I've made Rice Krispie treats in the past. I know I've made them more than twice. The St. Patrick's Day version of the Rice Krispie treats are predictably delicious. Delicious enough to make me atrociously tap dance. Hope I'm not offending any of the Irish. Hope you enjoyed your St. Patrick's Day.